Hi there, welcome to Astrology with Linda Shaw. Let's take a look at the week ahead. That's 30 September 2018. The great thing about this week is that nothing much is happening cosmically speaking. And if that doesn't sound good to you, think of this as a time to catch your breath, make some new plans. Sure, there are still tensions in the air, but they've calmed right down and no one feels like fighting back. So if nobody starts anything, nobody will need to match you up and finish it. Yay! How about that for good news? Even the money markets are taking a pause, and the fact that no one likes any government anyway won't make a shred of difference to anyone in power, so why waste your energy on that garbage? The point is, we create our own reality irrespective of who's in charge. So let's make this a mellow, laid-back week. A week for cocktails with umbrellas and pineapple chunks in them. Yum. That's enough of that. Let's go to the stars. Libra, you're in for some very mild drama, sweetie, but only from Friday. Until then, you're sensitive, intuitive, gorgeous, wonderfully communicative, and generally the star of the show. Make the most. Friday, not so much. That's when your personal planet takes a 6-week break, leaving you in the lurch. Not that you necessarily need to fall apart as a result, but you will find that your confidence deserts you somewhat, and your personal values could become mildly corrupted, so watch it. Do your very best not to get arrested for anything wicked or fired for anything moronic. In fact, keep the smile glued on and your mouth shut. Luckily, you would always look gorgeous even with a paper bag over your head, so no extra help needed there. But don't feel compelled to fix this. You just can't. That's it for Libra. Scorpio, darling, you're looking fantastic and feeling like a superhero. All the really great planets are in your sign, and the others are doing as they're told, which is enough. You're saying what you mean and making all the right moves. The love life's taking a bit of a sideways swerve, but that just makes it all the more interesting. You know how quickly you tire of predictable love affairs. In fact, you might just have met someone who can make you happy without giving in to all your bullshit, and there's plenty of that, admit it. Distract yourself before Friday with a different look at your finances. There's money to be made, but only if you're smart enough to pick up the clues, which, as everyone knows, you obviously are. That's it for Scorpio. Sagittarius, your instincts are pumping. Trust them. Tear yourself away from a very delicious social life to make some new financial moves. And just because money is the last thing on your mind doesn't mean you wouldn't welcome it if it arrived. So here it comes, complete with fascinating new opportunities and an occasional moment to gel with your thoughts. Try not to annoy anyone important with that big mouth this week. Impatience hardly ever has a good outcome. Besides, a new life is already on its way. Meanwhile, play nicely with the one you have. That's it for Sagittarius. Capricorn, are you fighting with all your friends? Have you already gone and convinced yourself that you don't need anyone and you're a big enough deal all on your own? Look, no one ever said it was easy handling other people, but it's much worse when you shut them out. Besides, if you really want to be the big boss, you'll need someone to be the boss of. So stop being such a brat. The planets are messing with your values a little, so you've forgotten what's important. So let's start this again. For you, integrity is always top of the list. After that, sure, you can have success and money and maybe even love, you know. Just behave yourself. You can have it all. That's it for Capricorn. Aquarius, look at you. Busy, busy, busy. Yes, of course you're enjoying running around like a rabbit, but not to the extent of neglecting your basic needs, you know, food, exercise, combing your hair occasionally. Besides, it looks as though your support system won't be expanding with your workload, so better make some plans to bring in extra help. Romance, meanwhile, quite nice, takes your mind off the more tedious issues, or it does as long as your family can keep its nose out of your business. Remember, once you're over 18, you're no longer required to explain yourself to anyone. Just walk away. Besides, you're supposed to be the family weirdo, which means you have cosmic permission to do what comes naturally. Anything peculiar and unexpected, it's your job. That's it for Aquarius. Pisces, there's no need to give in to everyone else's demands just because you're trying to be nice. Nice is not all it's cracked up to be. Besides, the planets are messing with you slightly now. Listen closely to the whispers, the undertone. You don't have to end up at the bottom of the pile. Make sure your contracts are airtight and you know what you're doing, or you really will end up paying all the bills. You can hang on to your sanity and make some money. Think of productive ways to harness those fabulous creative urges. Make lists of desires, plow through them one by one. By Friday, your passions will be turning inwards and you'll be begging for a quiet space. Let the universe come to you for once. Just breathe in and out. You'll be fine. That's it for Pisces. Aries, have you by any chance been strutting about, making noisy demands, generally driving everyone bananas? Take a cold shower, calm down. The world is very unlikely to collapse if you leave the odd thing to chance. You're being driven by really powerful energies now. So before you bomb the entire building, take note. The idea is to lead, yes, with charisma, sensitivity, planned decisions. You are not required to set fire to the opposition on your way out the door. Try for a smile with teeth. And remember, there are people at home waiting for you. They want you in one piece. They're funny that way. That's it for Aries. Taurus, don't think you're completely over the hump yet, because you're not. What you do have in your favor, though, is a new access to some creative alternatives. So just for a while, try something radical. Get yourself a therapist and spend an entire hour telling the absolute truth about yourself and your feelings. Or even more interesting, buy a box of tissues and weep uncontrollably. There, that wasn't so bad, was it? Now, get back to what you were doing before you lost the plot and be brilliant. Remember how many lives you've touched. Be proud of yourself. That's it. Gemini, the energies around you are literally explosive. Watch it. So please avoid any potentially dangerous situations. Stay home by the toaster for the odd night and take very good care not to fight with the neighbors. They're in the mood to fight back with heavier armor than you were prepared for. Relationships too will be on full alert for some time. Tiptoe around anyone who loves you if you'd rather not be witness to retreating backs. And choose your battles with precision and thought. Take your time. Most of them you'll find simply aren't worth the effort. That's it for Gemini. Cancer, if you think you're becoming more intuitive and possibly even psychic, you are. Work consciously at remembering your dreams. Write down any flashes of inspiration. They don't come back, you know. The planets will be talking specifically to you for a while, so make the most of any new information coming your way, no matter how peculiar the source, and be ready to open up completely to a different you. Who knows, you might even prefer this version of yourself to the last one. Wouldn't that be fun? New games to play. Delicious. That's it for Cancer. Leo. Okay, so those deliciously romantic illusions are being dashed on the rocks, and your pounding heart is broken or fractured a teeny bit. So yes, mourn, write sad poetry, read it out to the four winds, but don't kick out any actual people just yet. Remember, they haven't been reading the same novels you have. They were under the foolish delusion they were expected to be themselves. Oh. Nevertheless, if you really think you can't bear it, at least wait until November before shouting the odds. And while you wait, try to remember what you liked about them in the first place. It's always an enlightening exercise. These are real people, remember, and so amazingly are you. That's it for Leo. Virgo, what a win! All those fantastic friends you've worked so hard to cultivate are gathering together to help you out. There's support, encouragement, a whole row of new open doors. Take your pick. This could even be the month to branch into politics or community service at the very least. Just keep an eye on your diary though. It has a tendency to overflow at this time of year, leaving you with frazzled nerves and a very dated hairdo. So budget your time. Anything not finalized by the weekend must wait for mid-November, when you'll have a new burst of energy and lots more fabulous ideas. I'm Linda Shaw. See you next week.